Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So again, we have a new one sheet wonder. So this is this one. I will try and show you the pockets available. So it opens up, like I say, in here we've got a little tucky space. Oh, don't lose that in there, Dave. We've got a tucky space in here. We've got another pocket here. So we've got a pocket here, we've got a pocket here. We have, pick that back up again, a pocket here, and we have a little place for a tag here. And from one sheet of paper, you'll get everything that you can see here. So let's make it. So I think this time I'm going to use one of the pieces of paper that I made in the last video, I think. So one of these, I think I'm going to use for this. I think I'm going to use this one, to be fair. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you what measurements you need. So I've saw this on Pinterest. It was a picture, and I have reversed engineered it so that you could make it from one sheet of paper, one sheet of 12 by 12. So we're going to make it, like I say, from one sheet, and we will do that now. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a scoreboard, well, or you know, some way to score. Doesn't matter if you don't have a scoreboard, but some way to score. So this is my prototype here. So I always make my prototypes out of plain paper. So we're going to make this one out of this. So what we need to do is, first of all, with it on the so the correct way, so you've got the bottom of it, if you've got directional paper, the bottom of it is at the bottom of your scoreboard or towards you or whatever. We're going to take our scoring tool, and you're going to score at 3 3/4. So because I'm using my own paper here, it might be a bit harder for me to push that through. So 3 3/4. Oh, that's 3 1/4. That's 3 1/4, Dave. So sorry about that. I've done that wrong. So if you've done right, perfect time for me to show you. If you have accidentally put a crease in where you shouldn't have one, go over it with your score tool, and you can kind of rub it out. It doesn't completely go away, but it does. You can kind of rub it out a little bit to a certain extent. So remember, this is going to have an extra line in it because I was being an idiot. So because I can't look at where all the lines are on this thing. Migraine, that's all I can think of. It's my migraine. So 3 3/4 is the first measurement, 3 3/4. Then we want 4. Then we want 8. And then we want 8 1/4. Okay, then you're going to turn it round 90 degrees, and this time you want the top towards the left hand side if you're right-handed, towards your right hand side if you're left-handed, and you're going to score at 1 3/4. So 1 3/4, and then you're going to score at 7 1/4. So just make sure that doesn't move, Dave. 7 1/4. Cool. So that's all of our scores in there. So that's where my old score was that it shouldn't have been there. So now we just want to put all of those creases in. So I just use my score tool for that. And so that's that gusset fold. So you just want to be careful that you get that folded in as well. So you've got like a box. I see what I mean, a box fold there, and then you're going to score that other side in. So let's just hope I don't pick up the non-score line that I made. Let's score that in, and score the other one in. Sorry, I'm just being extra careful not to get that score line that isn't a score line. You won't have made a mistake, so it'll be easier for you. Okay, and then we're going to fold this one up. my bird's falling apart because it's one of my own pieces of paper. If you didn't see me make this, then it's a cracking video and you really should. So you should go and watch it now. Well, not now. Well, yeah, maybe now. Maybe now before you do this, and then you think, oh, I could do that, because everything I make you could do. If I can do it, you certainly can. And then that's that other crease. Okay, so now when we flip it round, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to cut up. You see where you've got this box fold here? You're going to cut that up to that first line and cut it down to that first line. So this section you leave intact, and you're just going to cut out these bits. Now, when you're cutting that bit out, so if I'm cutting this one, I should be on the left-hand side of that line, and that way then I'm going to cut the crease, the fold itself off. And that's what you want to do, because otherwise it'll get in the way of the mechanism, the mechanics of folding. And then on this one, when I'm cutting this line, I want to be to the right hand side of it. So you cut the actual fold itself off, and you're going to do that on all of those folds that you've just done. Remember, only up to that first line though. That first horizontal line. Okay, turn it round. It's not always easy to hold it and not have your scissors wobbling and shaking like I do. I've got shaky hands, that's why. So, shaky hands. Shaky, bakey hands. Okay, so once you've done that, what you want to do is you just want to fold that up and just snip those off. So snip them as close to the body of the thing as you can. Like that. Okay, so now when you turn it round, you've got, well, luckily my front cover is all nicely composed. So what we've got is we've got this, which is the basic shape here. Okay, so what you want to do first of all is you want to cut this panel off completely. So this top right hand panel you are going to cut off completely. So again, across that line you want to cut that line off. Yep. And you just want to just keep that. I'm just going to shape it up a bit though. Remember, I put an extra score line in that, so it's a little bit different looking to the way yours will be. And the rest of it you want to keep where it is. Okay, so first of all, this is going to fold up to here. Okay, again, that's not stuck down. That's either, that bit of that bird is either coming off or it's going to stick down this time. So this is going to come up to here. So what I want to do is I just want to round this corner, because this is going to be our first tucky bit. So we're going to round this corner off. I'm going to go into that. Just snip that corner off. Do I want to ink? Oh, of course I want to ink. That's a stupid question. What shall I use? Shall I use a bit? I will. I'll use a bit of this, a bit of the good old rusty hinge. And I'm only going to do a bit of a smoosh just so you can see where all the edges are. Okay, so this time what you're going to do is you're just going to stick this bit down. So you're just going to put a line of glue down this very edge. So not this edge, not the edge where you've rounded, just this edge here, just the very outer edge, the outer limits. Oh, I feel like I'm on the Twilight Zone now. So fold that up and just make sure it kind of lines up with that edge, and that way then you know that it's not going to get in the way of that fold. Okay, so just stick that down, smoosh it down. Then we're going to make the flap, so we're going to pick this up and we're just going to round this corner as well, and this corner. So that's going to be our flap, and that's going to come down like this. And we're going to do the same on this one. This is also a flap, so we're going to just round that corner and round this corner. Okay, so again, we've got another flap there. And this time, this is coming up to here. Okay, and we're going to cut this in a second. Okay, so let's do this one first. So this is going to fold up, but what you want to do is you just want to fold it up first and then fold it in half. So it doesn't matter that it'll be the wrong way round for the time being. You just want to put that score line in, and it's easier to do it this way round than it is to do the other way. So just put that score line in now, okay? And you're just going to move it out of the way for the time being. Then we're going to come back to this one. So this time what you want to do is about an inch from the top and about an inch from the bottom, imagine a line. Now we can make a line with a ruler so that I can explain. So if we go, imagine that we're coming up an inch. I shall actually make a mark for you. So imagine we're coming up an inch about there, and then we're coming down about an inch about there, and we're going to join that line up, but we're going to cut it. So I'm just going to draw it so that you can see it, and you'll see what I mean. So you're going to make a diagonal line across there, and you want it to go so that it goes, the highest bit is on the right hand side and the lowest bit is on the left, and then we're just going to cut along that line. So I'm just going to do that with a pair of scissors. If you prefer to do it on your trimmer, do it on your trimmer. If you prefer to do it with the blade, do it with the blade. So I'm just going to cut along that line. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to ink this. So this is going to be the slot pocket, this diagonal slot pocket. So we want to ink along that edge, and then I want to ink across that top bit there. And across that little edge there. And I like to make it inky because then you can see where it is. And then on this one, you don't need to do anything with this bottom thing. That's why I'm not worried about this pen line being there. We're going to ink across there. What we are going to do is we're going to put a notch in this, a thumb notch. So I'm just going to put that in somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the city where the air is like that, little thumb notch, and we're just going to ink across there. Just ink into that thumb notch nicely, and then down this side. So like I say, you don't have to do the bottom bit. You're not going to need that. You're not going to see it. So the reason you're not going to see it is because that is going to sit behind this pocket, and it will look like you've got two pieces of paper when you have in fact only got one. So what you need to do is you need to glue up this edge. Let's just make sure it's going to get out. It's not going to be in the way of the fold. Check it before you do it, because if you haven't cut enough off, this is the time to check. And I haven't cut enough off. So what you need to do is put it down, make sure that box fold folds over, make sure that box fold folds over. Does. Okay. Now we just need to re-ink it now because I've cut the inking off. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to put a bit of glue down here. And we're not going to stick it down just yet, so don't get giddy and go sticking it down, because now what we need to do is put a bit of glue down the edge of this and the other side. Okay, so you kind of want to hold them together. I want to be together, and you want them to just kind of be straight. Line the straight edge up against that fold. Straight edge up against this fold. Make sure your folds aren't over. Make sure your pages aren't over your folds, and then just glue that bit down. And then do this side. And there you go. That's your two pockets. Okay. Then this time what we're going to do is we're just going to close those for a minute. We're going to flip that over. And this is going to fold up this way first. Yeah, we're going to put that crease in. This is going to fold down this way. I'm going to put that crease in. Okay, and then we're just going to turn it round, and on this edge, we're going to put a thumb notch in. Just on the first bit like that. I'm going to ink it because who would we be if we weren't inking it? Nobody that I know. So down this edge, down and around the thumb notch. Okay, you want to just catch this bottom edge as well, just because you might see it underneath, and you want to catch that very edge so you don't have a white card showing. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put a line of glue up the side here, but not across the top because that makes it a pocket. So a line of glue either side. Stick it down, and then what you want to do is you want to put a line of glue down the side of this bit, the one with the thumb notch on, down the end and across the top, and then you're going to fold that down. There we go. So just left a bit of that crease on, so I just need to cut that bit off. Okay, so we've basically made the basics. Now what I did was, because I was being frugal, me frugal, not Fergal, not Fergal Sharky, frugal, not Frugal Sharky either. So what I did was, on my Velcro dots, I always have my Velcro dots stuck together and lined up so that they kind of always don't, and that way they don't get stuck to everything. And I just cut one of them in half, because I was being frugal, whilst it's still on the thing. And then I took don't put it in your ink pad. I took one side of it, peeled it off the backing. No, Dave, you need to peel it off the backing. There we go. And then peel that off the backing. So that's that one. And I always have the clear bit on the bit that you'll see when you lift up the flap. Okay, and I just put that on there, kind of in the middle. Oh, I've just put it round the wrong way. Do it again. Put that on there, not right up to the edge, otherwise you can see it from the outside, like that, and then press it down. And then get the other half, because you know we all need to make our craft supplies go a bit further in the current economy, and also it's better for the environment if we don't just keep wasting loads of things. And you don't need a lot of stick on this because it's not like it's going to be having anything bulky in it. I'm going to put that down like that. Okay, then we can just open that up and open that up, and we're just going to ink them, just because we like the inky effect, and you can see where everything is. And I think this paper has turned out absolutely marvellously. I am so glad I did this. So yeah, if you didn't see the video, go and watch it. Hopefully you will be inspired and think, oh, you know what, I can do that too. And we're just going to ink around all of our edges, just because we don't like the white bit showing. Well, I don't, you might. You don't see the white core of the folio. And there we go. So then we take the piece that you cut out, then you just cut it into a tag shape. So I'm just going to chop one ear off and flip it over, stick it on the other side, chop the other ear off. Okay, chew my ear off, and then ink around that edge. You could of course put a hole in it, so you've got a proper tag hole for it, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to make this nice and quick and simple. That goes in there, that's your tag for in there, it fits in there perfectly, snug as a bug type thing. Sticks out nicely. So, and there we go. So we have got, let's get physical. I wanna get, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some card, but like, it's not like I'm struggling for card, don't worry. I've got plenty. I'm just looking for something to stick in there for you. Here we go, bit of Timmy. Let's just cut a bit of this up so you can see. Where is my cutter? It's over here. I know this is completely the wrong colour, but we'll just go with it. I don't know, maybe... I can always use it for something then. So you've got a pocket here. Okay. You've got, so that's like a tucky pocket. You've got a pocket here. You've got a pocket here. You've got a pocket here. And then you've got this little space here. And that is all made from one sheet of 12 by 12. Obviously that bit isn't, because that was a demo piece, so you can see your pocket spaces. But I think that looks pretty marvellous. So we've got this bit that folds in here, and I've got this bit that folds around there, and you can, because you've got a nice gusset on it, you can stuff it full of beautiful things, or you could have it that way around. It's entirely up to you. But I think it looks fabulous with my paper. Like, you know, it'll look fabulous with yours as well. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. So that's very quick and simple, and hopefully you will go and make thousands of them, because they are so easy. I'm going to be doing some more one sheet wonders. I know I put a poll out asking if you wanted me to do any more, and you said yes. So I spend a lot of time kind of reverse engineering, and I hope that you've kind of enjoyed what I've made. So if you do, you know how you can tell me that. Do you know how you can tell me if you've enjoyed this, if you found this useful? You can give it a thumbs up. You know, you could definitely give it a thumbs up. That's easy. Anybody can do that, because you can go to watch history. Even if you're watching on TV, you can go to watch history and go and like all the videos that you've liked, that you've watched. You could also comment if you so wish. You don't have to. I completely understand. Not everybody wants to comment on everything. You could share it with a friend, because that's another easy thing. There's an actual button where you can click share. And if I could turn back time. Yeah. So you could sorry, distracted by myself. You could absolutely do that. You could share it. And you could, if you're new here, subscribe. And then all of those things are all the gooey loveliness that we all need as YouTubers to make us feel like we're actually not just talking to ourselves. So if you want to make one of these, please do. But if you do want to make one, give it a thumbs up, because if you want to make one, you've obviously liked it. And if not, fine, that's fine. I'm glad you stayed to the end. That's all I can say. All right then, folks, thanks very much for watching. My name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.